Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 hit games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description listing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 233. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. First up, we have a team dig from Zed Supremus and Dookie. DOSGAMES /adventure /trez_SW. Why do I get a feeling this is just going to be treasure hunt math again? We got a lot of files. Well, it says it's only 24, so we're not missing much there. Yeah, we do have a file ID.diz. Okay. Is it treasure hunt math or not? It is not. Okay. So Lost Gold version 1.55. Search for the Lost Dutchman Gold Mine. An interactive, true-to-life adventure. This is a text adventure that takes you back to search for lost gold that to this day has not been found. There are various hazards and obstacles that isn't spelled right to overcome, and a number of assorted treasure mines to locate. You'll be using the standard text adventure keyboard input to work your way through this adventure, which is fully functional and not crippled in any way. Okay, what other files do we have here? There is a manual.doc, there is an order.form, a readme.doc, so we go into the readme. Anything interesting in here? Well, apparently it was made by a Ray Johnson from the looks of it. And also it looks like he's asking for $10 for the registration plus shipping fees. $2 shipping for domestic and $5 shipping for outside of domestic. Well, actually it's saying foreign orders other than Canada, so I'm guessing $2 for US and Canada and $5 for overseas, which is kind of ironic because US shipping is like astronomically expensive outside of the US nowadays. Hey, the manual.doc actually has some basic ASCII art going on here with the partial characters and the sort of faded characters as well. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, one important point in the manual here is if there's a hostile creature in the room, it won't let you exit until it's dead. So that's definitely important. It means you can't escape from anything that wants to kill you. Okay, and it looks like the text parser is going to be a slightly more advanced one than we're used to seeing, because it seems to want, just based on this stuff here, it seems to want you to be specific with which item you're using and what you're using it on. So like for instance, like right here, shoot creature with item. So it's expecting you to actually type in what you're shooting with what item. And then also you could do it the other way around, shoot item at creature. So, okay, that's weird. There's two batch files here. There's a lost.bat, which just simply runs the game. And there's also a gold.bat, which types out a particular file, then runs a particular com file, and then finally runs the game. So it's kind of weird. Let's just see what's going on with that. I'm guessing that maybe some BBS added that to it. Oh no, it's actually a title sequence. Okay, I honestly expected that PC speaker music to end by now. So can I actually... Oh wow, I'm not allowed to skip this. Guess he really liked the music he came up with here. And yes, I know this is an actual musical tune. I'm not, I didn't have a chance to read that. I was busy trying to formulate my thoughts there. But yeah, I don't know the name of that particular song, but I've heard it multiple times before. Anyways, you want instructions? Might as well, even though I pretty much know... Oh, it's just typing out the manual that I already read. Okay, so you're inside your motorhome going over the list of supplies that you will need to take with you on this treasure hunt. For treasure. Okay. This is going to be interesting because I've noticed the English is not perfect. So... we got the list of supplies, small sheath type hunting knife, 22 caliber target pistol, and 30-06 rifle that is used for hunting. So, get list. What? You have a grub stake of $1,000 to start with. You now have 999 dollars in your grub stake? What? And also, it's impossible to get the list. Okay. Also, I'm noticing that this is using a particular text parser that we've seen before. Can we get the knife then? Well, it'll help if I spelled correctly. Okay, that's weird. There must be like some kind of special game mode that's counting my moves and is like... Huh. Okay, we can at least read the list to see what we're going to need to survive. So we've already got the knife, rifle, and handgun, but we're also going to need some rope, a canteen, shovel, rock hammer, pick, rock chisel, axe, medicine kit, gold pan, food, flashlight, and water. And we don't have any of those. So I guess exit motorhome? Or we should probably try leave motorhome. Exiting doesn't seem appropriate just now. Does the exits... Is there an exits command? No, there isn't. Okay, I just hit north and it let me go north outside of the motorhome, so... Okay, that's weird. You're in the campground area looking around and see that the camp store is to your east and a dirt trail leads to the north. There's a bulletin board with a notice posted on it next to the dirt trail. Important notice is on the bulletin board, so read notice. So notice, due to recent changes in the land conservation laws, no motorized vehicles are allowed within the forest boundaries by order of Department of Interior. Okay then. So continue going north. Okay, we can't go north from here. So, I guess it says there... Hey, yeah, wait a minute. It says there's a store to our east and a dirt trail that leads to the north. But I'm not allowed to go north. Okay, fine, I'll go freaking east. Staying in the campground store, there's a price list behind the counter and a notice tacked to the wall below it. We got the campground manager and the price list. So, read price list. So, out of stock on food, really? Our stock of supplies is temporarily depleted. We expect a delivery from Tombstone in a few days. Okay then. Am I actually carrying any money? It's probably a good thing to check. I am carrying no cash whatsoever. Except for the dollars in the grub stake, which constantly goes down with every move I make. Which I'm guessing that doesn't count as real money. So let's try talking to the manager. Don't understand talk. One of those games, huh? Okay, seriously, like, what am I supposed to ask this manager about? There's like nothing going, like nothing I can... Well, maybe something on that list. Gold pan. Ask manager about gold pan. Oh boy. Okay, so we can't go north, because we already established that the trail to the north we can't go down, for whatever reason. So, I guess south? Well, that just puts us back in the motorhome. Okay, what about west? Can't go west from here. And then south is my motorhome. What if I go south from the motor... No. West, east? Okay, I can go east from the motorhome as well. Okay, so this text adventure is not giving me good vibes because it doesn't seem like it's... First of all, the English is not perfect. Like, it's not terrible, but it's making it so that it's actually kind of difficult to figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing, especially given the fact, again, that there is a north trail that we're supposed to take, like a trail to the north of the campground, and going north doesn't take us to it. So, I don't know. This text adventure, like... yeah, I'm having trouble figuring out what to do, given the fact that the descriptions being given don't seem to be accurate as to what you should be doing. Next up from Happy Kitty, we've got WINGAMES /GG/BATGRID. I seriously doubt this has anything to do with Batman. It's probably more like BattleGrid or something like that, but let's find out. File id.dis, got a readme, a help file. What's the dis file say? BattleGrid, called it, is a version of the classic board game. Play against the computer or another person, watch the computer play itself using different strategies. Okay, nothing too complicated, except it's kind of assuming that I know what BattleGrid is. Like, are we talking about some kind of old board game or something? What's the help file say? Overview. BattleGrid is a game of strategy between two players to locate ships placed on a grid by the opposing player. Very similar to the classic board game with a similar name, i.e. Battleship. Okay, so it's a Battleship clone. A Battleship clone with a $10 registration fee from the looks of it. Who made this, though? I'll probably say in the game. Like, it says version 2.0 made 1993 there, but that's not a copyright, so let's see. Well, we got ourselves the BattleGrid here. What's the help say? About BattleGrid. Now I got a picture of the guy who did it. Release version 2.0b, Bob Dolan. Okay then. So, let's see if this is actually any decent. So we got... okay, that's interesting. Putting the high scores in the menus. I mean, having the high scores in the menus works. Like, I mean, selecting one isn't going to do anything, obviously, but it's an interesting way of doing it. I got fast mode, reveal mode, reset score, set turns per round, and number of players. I'm going to do human versus computer. Select an opponent to play against. I might as well play against Bob. And I'm not sure what it means by set turns per round. Like, maybe it's talking about, getting to take multiple shots before your opponent does? Maybe? I don't know. Anywho, I guess I should put in my player name. So I will be me. And then the other player will... well, the other player is technically already Bob, so... okay, new game. Set the battleship. How do I do that? Oh, set direction? This way? Okay. So you have to set the initial spot, and then the direction you want it to go in. Okay, so that is indeed how it works. So, as soon as I put my ships down, the AI immediately picked 5 spots to aim at, and that's kind of how it's set in the options. So yeah, so you get 5 shots per turn. So, does purple mean I actually hit something? I think purple means I hit something. Okay. Okay, so I took out one of his 5-length ships. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, already found another one. I see that he's actually doing like this sort of pattern going on. Interesting. Okay, his ships are hiding really well at this rate. It's probably going to be one in here. Nope. Because I didn't give him a lot of... oh, there we go. Okay, so he still has another 4 ships somewhere. So let's be smart about this. Okay, so... he's probably got one of his 4 ships right over here. Yep. So I've gotten both of his 4 ships, his 5 ship, and his 3 ship. But I still need to find his 2 ship. And that's going to be a bit of a problem. And speaking of problems, he's already found my 5 ship, so I'm kind of screwed on the next turn if I don't find his 2 ship right now. So, where would it be? There, nope. There, nope. There, nope. Yeah, I'm screwed. Oh no, wait, he didn't know which direction it was going in. Haha, so that gives me 1 more shot to win. Although it's not a good shot. Yeah, I'm screwed. Okay, that's kind of not nice. It doesn't actually show you where the opponent's ships were when you lose. So like, I mean, I'm never going to know where his 2 ship was. I mean, normally in Battleship, when the game is over, you would show your opponent where your other ships are. Well, I guess you don't have to. I don't know if that's, like, I don't know if that's actually in the rules or not, but like, I mean, Most of the Battleship games I've played, that's how it works, so... Anyways, that was BATGRID. It's a very simple Battleship clone, and seems to work okay. I guess for $10, if you wanted a Battleship game, this would definitely provide. And our last dig for today from Cleverly Blonde is DOSGAMES /arcade/BOXCAR. Wonder how many people are still familiar with the concept of boxcars. Well, we got a doc file and an executable, so edit boxcars.doc. What do we got here? Boxcars version 1.0, August 23rd, 92 by Jim Radcliffe. Name sounds familiar for some reason. It's a game of logic for the IBM PC family of compatible computers. Program will not function with CGA, MDA, or Hercules display adapters. Okay then, so EGA, VGA it is. And once again, it's a $10 program. It's like every program today costs $10. Well, I guess it's coincidences. It happens. Anyways, object of boxcars is turn all of the dice on the logic board into 6s or boxcars, using the fewest possible number of moves. The strange thing about this game is that some people will just not get it, as they say. While the game is simple and with some thought, easy, some individuals cannot figure this game out. They'll be hopelessly lost on board 1, while others will be blazing through the boards. I think it has to do with the ability to see and recognize a pattern when it presents itself. Some see it and some don't. Okay, this is kind of pretentious to spend a huge paragraph just going over the fact that some people will enjoy the game and some people won't. You don't have to get that detailed and then potentially scare off your customers. Okay, so it seems just from reading the documentation here that the game basically comes down to moving a pawn around a board, and every time you move a pawn past a die, it changes to another face value in a sequence of 4 face values. So let's see if that's how it actually works out here. So boxcars. Okay. So does it actually have mouse control? No, it doesn't. Looked like it did, just because of the options at the bottom there. Which would have been interesting, because apparently he said that this was written in QuickBasic, and QuickBasic doesn't have mouse capabilities like for... Like, that was always a strange thing about QuickBasic, is you could use the mouse in the QuickBasic editor, but it provided no actual commands for using the mouse in a QuickBasic program that you've written. Like, you could do it with some advanced stuff, but there wasn't, like, any built-in way of doing it, so... Okay, so I guess the trick here is we've got to turn everything into boxcars. So... Oh wait, we can't go down? Why can't we go down? Okay, that's weird. You're not allowed to go back the way you came unless you hit the edge of the board. Okay, so I've been making some moves around the board here. And this is definitely kind of weird. Like, I feel like I'm making some progress, but the trick, again, is that you're not allowed to go back the way you came. Yeah, because it's telling me I just can't go that way. So, when you commit yourself to going down a particular path, then you pretty much have to keep going that way. So, I mean, I keep getting close to finishing this. So, and I actually just noticed it does actually say on the side of the screen there, you can only reverse direction on travel only on the edges. So, one trick I gotta figure out here is that I kind of accidentally messed up that 4 there. But I've got everything else fixed up properly, so... Okay, that fixed that up. So... let's see if we can get this all the way back to 6s again. Okay, I'm getting close. I think the trick is I've just got to get... Oh, that's interesting. So I just noticed that you can reverse your direction of travel on the edges no matter what direction it is. So that just made this a heck of a lot easier. Because there we go. All 6s. So now what? Oh, actually it started the same board again. Okay. How do we choose a different board? Is there help? Oh. Hide literally just makes the screen go blank. Not quite as good as a boss key. There's a reset. No, that just resets the current board. How do you play the different boards? Oh, in order to get to the next board, you actually have to complete the board you're on in fewer moves than is indicated at the top. And if I remember correctly here, the number of moves we had on this first board is 25, and I used 300 something. Oy. I mean, I was able to get close. I got up to this many figured out with 25 moves, but nope, that's about it. So that was Boxcars. Kind of an interesting puzzle game. Can I wrap my head around this one? Sort of. Like, I mean, I can do it, just not in the number of moves that it's demanding. So, I guess it really just depends on if this kind of a puzzle would appeal to you or not. But, because, like, I mean, the controls work fine. Like, the gameplay clearly works, so it's just whether this appeals to you or not. And not for me, but that's just me. So,